do you think I feel about Jesus?
I think that you wish you could be as innocent as him.
You want to make abortion legal? That don't make sense, motherfucker. What we gonna have all these little ugly-ass, nappy-headed kids running around here hungry for? Sex practice called fisting. I know my life.
Yes.
I know my life.
Wow, here we go.
Yes.
Back at it again. It's Rise to Offend, episode 65.
65.
Is that really where we're at?
Already?
Dennis, you thought we were at 68 last
65 still? Yeah, I don't pay attention.
Just
Already 65?
Yeah, anything past 10, Dennis is lost.
Yeah, I stopped caring then.
All right, once again, Rise to Offend. I am Brandon Gooch. We're always joined by
Dennis Huff.
Better Spike.
And we even have a special guest. We'll get to her in just a little bit.
People say that you sound like you're saying pepper spice.
Pepper Spice.
Like you're the gay sixth Spice Girl.
Yeah.
Why is the sixth Spice Girl got to be gay?
Because it's Spice.
Yeah.
And you're a dude.
And you're a dude.
In a chick band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So tell you what you want.
I think Ace of Base had two dudes.
So what do you want? What you really, really want? You want a big veiny dick.
I know.
Oh, look at that.
I know
I'm going to let
bang
him have that joke.
I know he wouldn't bang any of them.
Right. Exactly.
None of the Spice Girls.
Yeah, Pete would just be the shoulder to cry on.
That's right. I'd be a pal.
God, you know.
Like,
all Spice Girls need pals.
Give me a high five and a Tampax.
So real quick, let's do a quick recap from last week. Last week we had our friend Retard Joe on.
Clever
he was
Joe.
talking conspiracy theories.
No, I'm going with Retard Joe.
Now, we actually got a few emails. People were pissed off by what he was saying.
Right.
Who would have thought that?
And
surprising.
Yeah, like they were talking about the one shooting. Where was the one shooting down at the shipyard?
The Naval Yard?
The Naval Yard,
yeah.
Where
my friend, I'll leave his name out of it for personal reasons, but his cousin was murdered. He was one of the victims there.
Yeah, well, Joe thinks you're lying.
Yeah,
Joe
does.
thinks your friend is lying.
Well.
So I can't wait to have him back on. We got to have him back on, Dennis. I'll just make sure that
I think I want to squeeze Joe in a bear hug until he shits himself, and then I want to grab a fistful of it and smack him in the mouth with it.
Wow, that's
kind of gross on your part.
Yeah, exactly. I don't.
Doesn't matter. The end result is on him.
I don't know if that was. Was that?
Is that how it works? As long as the end result's not on you.
Wow, and you just made the guest feel a little weird.
Hey, well, yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for taking it there. Thank you for taking it there.
Smiling.
Jesus.
She's like amateur.
He wants to make somebody shit themselves, and he wants to smack him in the face with their own poop.
Well, she was worried about cursing, and now she knows. It's all good.
Right. Well, let's just get it. Let's just talk. We got Sarah Jane Woodall over here, Wonder Hussy herself, fetish model, freelance writer. You can check out her blog on wonderhussy.com, correct?
That's right.
All right. So here's the thing. She just told us off mic. You weren't here, Dennis, because you were busy doing dumb shit.
Doing stuff.
Smoking.
You told us off mic that you just came from the most awkward video.
No, well, it wasn't really awkward. It's just one of the weirdest fetish shoots I've ever done. And that's saying quite a bit if you know anything about the kind of things that I normally do.
Okay, well, we're going to get into that just a little bit. Because I had you on comp one time before, and it was like, so what's the weirdest thing? And you're like, well, there's this one time. And it was like, we had to do the tame version. Now we can let it all hang out.
Smack the guy in the face with a handful of his poop.
Yeah, all right, exactly. Yeah. So anyways, so go ahead.
So there's this website called cannagals.com, like cannibals, but with a G instead of a B. It's these two chicks that baste nude models with oil and honey and then pretend to roast and eat them.
Well,
wait a minute. Hold on.
The Cannagals, cannagals.com.
They pretend to roast and eat them. So, like, do they put them like? Do they tie them to a stick and to just turn them over a
No,
flame?
they basically get you naked and they lube you up and baste you with like a brush. And they talk about how the pussy is my favorite part. It's so juicy, blah blah. And then they cut to them eating like turkey legs and shit. I mean, obviously they
do. They stuff like a handful of breadcrumbs in your ass or something like that?
No, but I did have an apple in my mouth.
Whoa. Neat.
Yeah. So
neat.
Neat. What else am I going to say about that?
You should look into figging.
No,
figging. All right. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to know the next person I want to interview is the kind of guy that's like into that, though. You know what I mean? It's like, here's the thing. It's like, you know, you're a pretty girl, so you just being naked is one thing. I can see there's a lot of guys out there that would be into that, but then all of a sudden they want to pretend like they're eating you. I mean, that's the guy that I want to interview is what's going on in that person's mind.
Well, if you're listening out there, Cannagals fans, call now. You could be the next guest on this fabulous podcast.
Exactly.
I bet you Retard Joe is that kind of guy. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure he is.
Wow. So, all right. So let's see here. Well, we already just came from the fact that somebody pretended to eat you and they just hit you up. They buttered you up and put an apple in your mouth. What other kind of weird stuff are we talking?
Well, last week I did the most amazing video shoot at the MGM Signature Tower. It was a pilot for a major airline. I won't say which airline. This guy has
It rhymes with
Qantas.
South Best.
Oh, so close. So close.
or Belta.
He wouldn't tell me what airline it was, but I figured it out just from talking to him. Anyways, he has a fetish for being kicked in the nuts.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I just wail him in the nuts over and over again for 90 minutes.
Were you wearing like a high heel or something?
I had cowboy boots on for one. It was awesome.
I don't want to be friends with that guy.
For 90 minutes?
Yeah, on and off. It was crazy. And I wasn't the first model that he'd shot with. You know, I was like last for the whole week he'd been taking.
So how many kicks in a sack, like, would you have to do, like, per 10 seconds? Would it just be, like, one and then one Mississippi, two Mississippi, three
something
Mississippi?
like that. And there's, like, ways you do it. You know, you don't just go with the toe, you know? You want to, like, make it last. So you try to hit him with, like, the flat part of your foot.
You want to get both balls in
You
one
want to get both
kick.
balls,
You want to
yeah.
get them with this. Now, just think
I
about...
want that guy traveling, driving the plane with me at 30,000 feet.
Well, what's interesting is,
Balls
so
all
I
hurting.
asked him about that. I'm like, so aren't you afraid, like, one of your passengers is going to recognize you from these videos? Because he didn't wear a mask or anything. And he goes, oh, well, even if they do, it doesn't matter because there's another pilot at our airline who's senior to me, and he has his own fetish website, and he uses the stewardesses as his models. And it sounds something like he comes all over their faces or something. Like, apparently the airline industry is full of fucking perverts.
It's all that altitude.
Wow. Crazy.
Damn it.
Jesus, who would have thought that Maverick was into that kind of garbage?
Yogurt-covered
man?
pretzels.
This is what I'm thinking when someone's getting kicked in the nuts. You know, if someone punched you in the arm, you know when you're doing a dead arm, and they do it like 50 or 60 times the huge bruise you have? Now imagine 90 minutes of nut kicking. Like, his balls are going to be to swell up to the size of, like, I mean,
now
at
the
least grapefruits.
Right.
Am I crazy right now?
I don't know.
Because you're kicking them, right? I mean,
you-
Oh, no, I didn't.
you weren't like, let me be nice about this ball kick.
No, in
You
fact,
were
the
like,
fans can tell if you go easy on them, so they tell you, like, don't go easy on me.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
really
So
kick me.
there's people
Fans.
watching this entire
The
thing.
people that
and they
download this,
comment.
they download them. They pay to download them. They jerk off to it or whatever. But they can tell if you're faking it. You know?
I wonder if they punch themselves in the balls while they're jerking off.
They must.
Because that wouldn't that kind of get in the way?
Smack their face with a shit fist.
I think I have
What is
the
with you in
laziest
this
sex
shit
life
fist?
in history,
God.
man. I don't know what the hell is wrong with dudes.
I've sat down weird before or just like grazed the left one, and I felt like I was going to have to poop for like 9 hours. Like it hurts.
Right.
Like it's not fucking pleasant.
No, it feels like you're going to get a hernia,
Well,
dude.
according to this
Yeah.
guy, he gets an adrenaline rush after the pain subsides, and that's how he gets off. So.
Oh,
There you go.
Hey,
His
you know what?
face has got to be red. There's got to be something that
You know what gives me an adrenaline rush? Driving 90 miles an hour in a school zone.
Red Bull.
Yeah,
Red Bull. Yeah,
Red Bull.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of taurine. Now, so now this guy's got a boss, and his boss, he comes on his employees' faces, all the stewardesses' faces.
Well, that's who he uses for his videos, according to this guy. I mean, I can't vouch for the veracity of any of this, but word on the street is.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're talking to you.
Freddie,
Well, I'm
this guy.
assuming-
You're like our Huggy Bear
You are.
into this world. You understand? I mean, it's
tell
like
you what's going on.
Yeah, I know. I don't know nothing about nothing, but where it is on the streets, he's coming on these bitches' faces.
Yeah.
And they even get some pretzels afterwards. Now there was one thing too. You did one with food where you ate a bunch of food. And then you had to pretend like your stomach was full
Well,
or
I wasn't
something.
pretending. My stomach was full.
Well, yeah.
I've done a ton of videos like that, like eat a whole cake or eat a bunch of McDonald's hamburgers or a box of donuts. And like, so that they'll film like two videos. One, first they'll start off showing your stomach how flat it is, and like, oh, look at that. And then they, film you eating until you can't eat anymore, and they kind of film your stomach getting fatter and fatter and fatter. So that's the first clip. Then they'll film a second bonus clip afterwards of you moaning and groaning. I'm so full. Oh, I'm gonna burst. So you get two for the price of one. Yeah, it's disgusting. You can see clips of these on YouTube. There's little free samples. So
Now,
check that out.
Now, like, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, do you get paid pretty well to do this type of stuff?
Yeah, it depends on the website. Like the cannibal thing I did today was paid well. It was like $300 for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. But like the kicking the guy in the nuts, this is kind of funny, I thought. So he pays per 5-minute clip. So it's $20. if he's clothed and I'm just kicking him in the nuts. If he pulls his balls out and his naked sack is being kicked, then it's $25.
Yeah,
I would go all over.
So I did. I made an extra $5.
Yeah. Why not go all the way at that point?
He had this customized pair of like black boxer briefs with a hole cut in it just so his sack could pop out. Like everything else was covered. It's like a little peekaboo.
It's almost like Prince's pants, but backwards. You know what I mean? Oh my God, that's awesome.
That almost hurts my feelings that someone would want to get kicked in the balls.
Well, of course. Well, it's because you're.
It
the
hurts
type
my
of
feelings that he only gives you $5 more to
right
on your foot.
Yeah,
I think you should get at least
cells on.
All right,
on my
look.
shoe.
I got a little rule that I play here with pants. $20, but for an extra Abraham Lincoln, boom. Now,
leather to sack.
Yeah.
Now kick it up.
Now, do you ever do anything like sexual yourself, or is there anything?
No, I'm a nice girl. What do you mean?
All right, but I'm just saying, like, in other words, like,
She's being facetious.
Do you? Of course. Now, I'm saying, like, do you do the webcam girl type of stuff too?
No, I mean, I call myself Wonder Hussy, but I'm really just a pussy, Wonder Pussy.
Right.
I'm too scared.
That's what we call Pete.
That's my nickname. You can't have Wonder Pussy. R.
Yeah,
right
sorry,
next to it.
copyrighted.
Copyrighted. So sorry. Yeah, no, I know.
Wonder Pussy.
I know I could make a lot more money if I were to do those things.
I will give you $25 right now to kick Pete in the nuts.
No.
It's on. But I'm wearing flip-flops. Where's the fun in that?
You just released my sack out of my pants to get kicked. That's not a deal. All right. It's not time for this song. What are you talking about? I give you $40 to kick
any
Dennis
way
in
I
the
could
nuts.
play.
Damn it. I don't have 40. I can't beat that.
I mean, this is. I mean, you got to understand. This is the type of world that I never really could understand here. So, now you do dominatrix stuff too. Now, what kind of stuff entails in that?
I'm not huge into doming because I'm a pussy. I'm a nice person, but like
you're a nice person that kicks guys in the sack.
Right,
$25 for 5 minutes.
Well, and that was only the third time I'd done that. And I actually, while I was doing it, I kind of did discover my inner dom. You know, while I was kicking him, we did this one clip where I was supposed to be a dom, and he had a hood on over his face, and I was supposed to kick him and then stroke him. Like, you like that little slave, don't you? And actually, I found myself. I took naturally to that role. So who's to say? Maybe I will do a little doming in the future.
Right. So the very first time you did it, though, I'm sure it was a little awkward.
Oh, it was super awkward. It was a foot fetish photo shoot. This guy hired me to take pictures of my feet. So he was taking photos of my feet, and then he goes, "Hey, how do you feel about ball busting?" I was like, well, I guess I'll try it.
Ball busting. That makes total sense. Yeah, it makes total sense.
So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I guess.
Like,
what do you want me to do? So
how do you feel about wearing the strap on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Coming at me like a 747.
Put it on your head and come at me like a rhino. Now, I mean, it's so like I wish I would have saw the video though, just of you finding yourself where you're like, yeah, take that, and then yeah, whack, and then it's like, yeah, you scumbag, you piece of shit, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it just comes out, and then bam, bam, bam.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty much how it happened.
That's awesome.
Why are you limping now, fuck stick?
Yeah,
you like that? That'll be $20.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to understand something. I do a lot of legitimate, so to speak, like art modeling, like nude modeling out in the desert. Like all these fucking amateur photographers hire me to go out and pose on rocks and whatever. And some of them can be kind of pompous assholes. So this is sort of like my way of getting revenge on all these bozos. And, you know what I mean? Like I did this photo shoot a couple weeks ago. There was the Olympia bodybuilding expo in town. So there's all these big muscular women. Well, this guy has a muscle fetish website for muscular women. He hired me, which I'm not overly muscular, but I've got decent muscles. He hired me to come to his room and do like a muscle fetish shoot. So I'm supposed to flex and talk about how strong I am. Talk to the camera like, I'm going to crush you. I'm going to put your head between my thighs and crush you like a pumpkin. Like dirty talk like that, right?
Really? Like Randy Macho Man Savage type shit?
Like,
you know,
basically,
that's basically what I was thinking.
So I did all that, and then you can see the guy was getting kind of aroused by it. So at the end of the shoot, they always wait till the last 10 minutes to break this out. Hey, would you mind just like roughing me up, like beating me up for 15 minutes? I'll give you an extra $50.
Can you kick me in the balls?
Right. Well, he wasn't a ball buster so much, but he was more into being choked
like
and
an anal
stepped
breacher.
on. Yeah, so I just basically choked him, slapped him, punched him, kicked him for 15 minutes. It was really,
I want that job.
Really therapeutic,
Just
man.
smack the shit out of people.
Like, that's
and they
the
give me
thing.
fucking money.
Like, honestly,
I couldn't do that.
I mean,
man.
you couldn't kick somebody in the balls?
Nah.
You give me money, I'll kick you wherever you want.
Yeah, you can play the song right now. It'd be tough for me, is all I'm saying. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, I would do it in a fucking second. As a matter of fact, I'll undercut Wonder Hussy, and I'll do it for $5 right now. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? Just whatever. Pull your balls out, dude.
I'll tell you this. If I did do it, I wouldn't want it to be filmed.
I'll put my size 10.5 DCs right in your fucking ball sack. Boom, dude. I'll wear some Airwalks. I'll wear Vans, whatever
you
kind
can
of
choke,
whatever
like,
kind of
you can choke somebody if they ask.
I want to be a heel.
On your ankle? I don't know if a heel